Record. Good morning. It's August 16th. This is Chair Pilates. Today we are using a glider on the floor and a set of weights. All right. Have a wonderful time. I will see you all on the other side. I'm going to add you to my, so I can see everybody here. So there we go. All right, let's see. Am I set up okay? It looks like it's pretty good. Tilt this down a little bit. So like I said, you want a set of weights and you want a glider. I actually have a gliding disc. You can use a paper plate. You can use a frisbee, especially if you're on carpeting, or you can use a towel. Either one. Okay? All right. So we're just gonna keep this stuff right next to us for now. If there's any outdoor noise, you guys can let me know. Raise your hand, something like that in your little window. All right, let's lift the shoulders, roll them back. So you're gonna go up, down, and back. Up, down, and back. Yeah, good, we gotta let one more person in. Fabulous. Up, down, and back. Good, and then protract the shoulders and then retract them. Your arm bones are gonna turn. You're gonna roll in and you're gonna roll back. And you're gonna roll in and you're gonna roll back. Good. Just multitasking here. Roll in and roll back. Good, and then one more time. Roll them in and roll them back. Once you're here, hold your hands forward, your palms are forward. You're gonna reach back behind you. One more person to let in. Reach back behind you. I'm gonna start denying you guys entry. I'm gonna have to turn her mic off probably. Hold here. With the arms behind you, palms facing forward. Roll the arm bones, open them back to the back of the room. You'll notice how the shoulders do the same thing we just did before. So you roll the arm bones and then you open the collarbone. Roll and open. I'm not doing a lot of body movement. It's mostly just arms. Two more. One more time. Good, let's bring the arm across the chest, take the elbow underneath, see if you can get the elbows to stack on top of each other. Hi, uh-oh, Jan's not able to get in, keep going. I'm with you, I'm with you. And then bring the other arm across, elbow underneath, and hold there. Arm up and over, first side bend, reach down towards the floor, arm up and over, inhale. Exhale towards the floor. Up and over. Love side bends, up and over, stay here. You're gonna twist a little bit, circle down, around, up and over, inhale. Exhale, a little rotation in the rib cage, circle. Inhale, exhale, circle. One more time. Inhale, up and over, exhale, circle. Reverse. Side bend. Reach towards the floor. You can go down towards the floor as low as you want, as long as you can keep this hip relatively anchored. One more time. Good, so we're gonna add that little rotation. You're gonna go up, you're gonna twist a little bit, come down and around. Inhale, exhale, round the world. Inhale, exhale. We'll do some more of this later. Inhale, exhale, and then around. Good, the hands laced together in front. Extend the fingers forward. I think this should take care of everybody. And pull the arms back in. Extend the arms forward. Yeah. Pull the arms back in. Extend the arms forward. From here, you're just gonna let the fingers go and open. Stretch your hands. Exhale, come across. Cross the fingers, pull the fingers apart, and then just let them pop open. Good, don't hit anybody. And close and catch, and pop open. Come around. Now let's give us a little bend. So you'll curl a little bit, and then you'll release your fingers and open. Exhale, a little curl. Inhale, release and open. Round your spine. Inhale, open. Last two, curl. Pull on your fingers, open. One more time. Curl, pull, and open. Good. If you just came in, the two people who just came in, you need a towel, a small one, small towel, and you need a set of weights. Okay? All right, let's go with the weights. Probably 2 pounds. You can always use water bottles. They work just fine. You can fill water bottles with sand or rice if you want to make them a little bit heavier. So you're going to bend the elbows and extend. So we're just doing a little bicep curl. Palms are facing front. Sit up nice and tall, please. Relax your neck. Bend. Bend. Let's add a little heel lift with this. So the hands come up, the heels lift and drop down. Exhale, lift. Lift up, drop down, yes, up, and down, and lift, and lower, lift. Do a little multitasking here. One more time. Good, so let's play around with this a little bit. Let's do right arm, left heel, left arm, right heel. Little cross brain work here. One more time. Good. Both arms, right heel. Both arms, left heel. Good. Opposite. Ah. Both arms, right heel. Down, both arms, left heel. Opposite. Curl. Curl. One more step, both arms. Heel up. Other side. Heel up, opposite. Up, down, up, and down. Turn your hands backwards. Press. Draw in your belly. So pull that belly button back. That'll activate all the abdominals that are beneath that location. Spine stays the same shape. Come back to the back. Rotate the arms. Rotate the arms. Rotate. Breathe. 2 more. One more time. Arms come down, palms face forward. Okay, toes up. Right side, toes up, left side. Toes up right, toes up left. Up. Tap, 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 tap. Lift the arms slowly. Palms continue to face front. Bring them down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lift. 2, 3, 4. You're tapping the floor. Down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and up. I'll stop counting now. And down. Last set. And down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Flip your hands so the palms face forward. We're rolling down. Any dizziness, limit how far you go. Okay? Drop your chin. Roll your spine forward. Let the weights bring you towards the floor. And then come back up. Inhale. Exhale. Drop the head and shoulders, upper back. You want to draw that belly button in on your way down. Exhale, roll down. Let's do one more. Exhale, roll it down. Come on up. Flip those hands like so. Let the weights rest in the palms. If you have rounded weights, if you don't, you're going to hang on to them because you don't want them to fall out of your hands. You're going to push up and down. Let's try not to shrug before it's necessary to do so. So no shrugging, no shrugging, no shrugging. Right about here, the shoulders will start to rise. And then they drop right away. So keep the shoulder blades relaxed until you get into that final third of the reach. Then they slide up. Last two. Push the weight over your head. Push it from your waist. Up and down. Good. Roll down. Drop the weights. Get your glider. You're going to have to sit towards the front side of your chair. I'm on a mat. I think I need to move my mat. They don't want to glide on there. Much rather glide on the floor than on the mat. Okay, here we go. Out towards the front and in. And away. So we're going to do all this seated and then we're going to stand up and do it. In a little bit. Out, pull back in. I don't necessarily have my foot flat. At some point it might be flat, but eventually my heel lifts up. You can use a towel for this. You can use a glider. I have a fancy glider. Lady made $1 million on these things. She started out using paper plates and she's like, oh. All right, here we go. Out, circle, in. So it all depends on what type of chair you have and how much range you want to make. So you're going to go away, go to the side, bend your knee. Yeah, because you have a leg there. Out, circle, in. Let's reverse that. Pull in, push away, come back. Last two. Last one. Good. I'm going to just twist myself just a little bit this direction and go off that way and pull in. Go off, pull in. So this is your option if you're in a chair that's restrictive because you have arms. If you aren't, you're going to stay here if you do. If you don't, you're going to make a full turn here and push back and pull in. Push back and pull in. Your lower back might bend. That's okay. Go ahead and let your body go forward a little bit if you want. And push that way and maybe that way. So maybe lean a little bit so your spine stays a little bit more in line. And you can start to make this kind of big, right? So you can go opposite of your leg. Test out all these options. Stick with the one you like. Two more. Yes. Last time. Back and in. Good. Turn around back to the front. So when you do a chair Pilates class, it's really nice to figure out how to get some hip extension because we're sitting pretty much the whole time. So this hip crease, we sit way too much in our lives. Push away, pull in. If you have to go somewhere and you don't have any pain in your body, park 2 blocks away and walk to your location. Preach. I show up at the gym and people fight over the parking spot that's right in front. They're going to the gym. Circle. That don't make no sense. Circle. One more time. Let's pull back, open side. I'm in a preachy mood today, sorry. Woo, feel that hip rotation. Right? It can be small, it doesn't have to be big, but you want it to happen up in here, yes? Last one. Good, we're gonna just turn to the side just a little bit. This is for people who have arms on their chair, right? You can go back a little bit. At least you're getting a little bit of extension. You can even stop here, that's okay. If you don't have that restriction, you're gonna turn all the way to the side and try to push all the way back. Warm up that hip. Let it get used to that movement. You can start to lean into it. You can lean back here. If you're leaning back, maybe your arms go here. Abs are always on. Always breathing. 3 more. 2. Woo. Last one. Back and in. Nice. Come back to the front. Place your feet on whatever it is you're using. I'm gonna go to my towel. Just in case I like to experience whatever you guys are experiencing. Okay, so we're gonna do both legs. You're gonna have to lighten up your touch, right? Because it's easy to move the leg in and out because you have this one on the floor. But when you add both feet onto your glider, you have to have a light touch, otherwise it won't move, right? So that's gonna involve all these lovely supportive muscles here. But first, let's cross the arms. And we're gonna curl elbows towards the thighs. And then sit back up. And exhale, curl towards the thighs. And sit back up. If you wanna go into a little bit of an extension in your upper back, you can. It's not big. And then you curl forward towards your thighs. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Well, I have another thing to preach about. One more time. And come back up. Let's grab the weights on our way down. Come on down, grab your weights. Let's add a little bit of extra weight to the upper body, so it has to work a little bit harder. Cross over, curl forward, sit back up. So I just added 4 pounds to the movement, right? So my spine has to work harder now. It has to work harder on the way down, and it has to work harder on the way up. You don't have to use the weights if you don't want to. Exhale forward. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Good. It's not a lean. You're not leaning. You're curling and rolling, and then you're restacking. It's a stacking up. Restack. My hip crease doesn't change. Last 2, I see you guys. Try to roll. One more time, curl. Makes a difference, doesn't it, with the weights? Lift up, uncross, drop your hands to the sides. Palms are upward, right? They're facing up. We're gonna slowly lift just to here. Notice my arms are not completely straight, and then come back down. Slowly lift and lower. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, lower down. Exhale, up for 4, 3, 2, 1, hold right there and down. If you have any shoulder impingements, this should be okay if you only go to this height. If it's not, take the weight out of your hands and do it that way. Exhale. If you don't come up any higher than this, you should be fine. Exhale, lift. Pay attention to how your back feels when you're doing this exercise, what it feels like to activate those back muscles. One more time. We're going to stay in this position and you're going to do little teeny up and downs, up and downs. 2, 3. My arms are not straight. Now we're going to do little circles. Keep the hands low. Reverse them. 1, 2, 3, 2 more. 4 and 5. Yes. Arms down, curl forward, put the weight on the floor. I suggest you continually do that so that when we transfer back and forth between the weights, that they're right there. You can just roll down and get up. Okay? Cross your arms. Send the legs out. So here's where you're gonna have to lighten up the touch on the towel. Pull back in. Extend out, pull back in. Now I'm sitting pretty close to the front edge so that my legs are not restricted underneath. You don't have to, you can sit back here, but it's gonna feel like you're not going anywhere, right? It's like very small. So the closer you sit to the edge, the more freedom your legs will have to move. But you do you. So draw on your belly to pull those feet back towards you. I'm gonna go past 90 with my knees. So I'm gonna slide a little bit under the chair. My heels come up. Woo! Upper body stays perfectly straight. Relatively, whatever that means, perfectly. One more. As I slide my heels back, I feel my abs even more. All right, we're gonna add on. I feel my thighs too, yeah? So we're gonna add on. Legs out. Curl. Up. Now you can't go past your chair legs with this, okay? Up, because you'll probably fall off, so don't do that. Pull your legs in and curl. Inhale up, exhale. So this is all abs because you can't use your feet, right? If it's too hard, take one foot off and do it with one leg, like so. Okay? 2 more. Draw the abs in. Inhale, they expand a little bit. Draw them in. And expand. Yes. Back to your right foot only. Roll down and get your weights, please. Push this out to the side. So we're going to do some more cross-body stuff. This hand here. So figure out for you, we'll kind of go on an angle, like to here. Figure out if that's okay. If it's not, you can be down here, right? If it's not okay for your shoulder. You can be up here, that's okay too. But you're looking for this long line between here and here, right? That's what you're looking for, that lengthening from one hand to your foot, and then you pull back in. We're just gonna hold this weight on this side. Reach. I'm actually gonna reach over a little bit and come back in. Exhale away. So you gotta be sitting pretty close to the front for this. So you can go here, you can go down here, whatever your shoulder tells you to do. Reach, one more time, reach, good. cross over, go down, come up. I'm gonna go back a little bit. You know what, I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna put it behind me, so it's just gonna rest back there, that other weight. Cross over, come up. Cross over, come up. You know where we're going, right? Cross over, come up. One more time, cross over. So now we add the length, both directions. When we come in, we're going to go down towards the foot. Use the weight, don't use it, whatever your shoulder tells you to do. Okay? Inhale, exhale, cross over. Breathe in. You can lean over if you want. My hip's coming up a little bit, so I'm ending up on that left hip. Up, left butt cheek. Reach, you look great. I see you. One more time. Away and back. Take out any of those things that you don't like. Other side. Push out. Pull in. Push out. Pull in. Yes? I just went to my glider, that's all. Figure out where this arm's going to go. Is it going to go here? Is it going to go here? Is it going to go here? Let your shoulder decide. Okay? Leg goes, arm goes, go. Out. Hand here. Start to lean over that way if you want. It's an option, you don't have to do it. You can stay square in the middle of the chair. Just activates a little bit more of your obliques, those side muscles. Woo. Yes, last two. Over and over and in. Okay? Put the weight down if it bugs you. Here we go. Down towards this foot. Curl down. Come back up. Curl over. So you got a little bit of a twist. This right shoulder kind of twists a little bit forward. Two more over. One more time. And up. Now, we'll add on the arm and the curl. Ready? Reach, exhale, roll. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Reach. Breathe in. Two more. Last time. And down. So good. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's go back to our double weights. I said we were going to do around the world again, so we are going to do that. So we'll start with the weights close to us, and then we'll add some extension of the arms to make it a little bit more challenging. So you're going to tuck and curl back towards the chair. I'm touching the chair, and then I have to come back up, right? So you tuck and curl back, the chair's back there, and then you come back up. Roll off your hips, onto your sitting bones, onto your tailbone, back up to your sitting bones. Again, you want to sit close to the front edge of the chair. Tuck and curl, touch, come back up. Exhale. Lift, roll back, come back up, last two. Be very dramatic about my noises. So make it much smaller, make it tiny. So just a tiny little tuck. Go over to the side, come around towards the front, come over to this side and sit back up. So I tuck just a little bit, I go over, and then when I go back, I'm still in that little tuck of my hip, and then I come back up with my tailbone straight up and down. Okay, little tuck. We're going to reverse the direction. So you go to the left, you circle around, come back to the front, and you sit back up. So by having the arms crossed like this, you can't, it restricts you from trying to move in a place that we're not. We want to move the whole trunk at the same time. Tuck, curl, over right, go backwards, go round, sit back up. Tuck, curl, go left, come around, sit back up, okay? We're gonna add a little intensity to it by holding the arms out here. You don't have to use the weights, okay? If your shoulders say anything about that, take the weights away. Arms here, tuck, curl, go right. As you start to go back, you're gonna lift your arms up a little bit. You're gonna come around to the other side and sit back up. Now we reverse, tuck, go back, lift the arms, woo. Come back up, one more each way, tuck, curl, go to the side, arms go the opposite direction. Sit up, last time. Go left, arms lift, and sit up. Arms up. Hands face front. Pull back. Do 5 of these, please. We're gonna add an option to stand up, okay? So if you don't wanna stand up, stay in your chair, just continue to do the pullback. Otherwise, exhale, stand up, arms go behind you, arms come forward, sit down. Pull back, arms go back, sit. I moved my chair off my mat, so I have to be very careful that I don't push it anywhere. I have to sit right back down on top of it. One more time. Pull back and sit. Very nice. Drop those. We're going to do some work on the floor standing with the glider. Okay, so you're going to stand up, stay on the right side of your chair. Everybody looks great. I can see you all in your little boxes. You're having a hard time getting the glider to move on a rug, you can always go to a floor. I would keep your chair on whatever surface though that keeps it still. So I'm gonna pull my mat back so that I can put one side of my legs on it, so that it'll stay still relatively. The chair is not there to lean on. The chair is there to help you balance. It is not there as a support mechanism. It's just for balance, okay? So keep that in mind. That will keep you safe. Oh, look, I have no head. Let me move this up. That's better. Okay. Standing using the right leg, just like when we were seated, we're going to push the glider forward and pull it back. My standing leg is staying straight. It's right underneath me. I'm pinching my butt cheek a little bit, especially on the standing leg. Forward and back. Nice opportunity to clean the floor. Something right here needs to be cleaned. Front and back. One more time and back. Now we'll go side, pull in, side, pull in. So stand on both feet, okay? When you push side, nothing should change. Your whole body should stay exactly the same. You're not gonna slump in any direction, right? So stand very tall on your standing leg. When you pull your leg back, there's no difference between your posture. out, pull in. Very tall here. Last two, out, pull in, one more time, out, pull in. Front, cross over, if you like. My legs are crossed. I'm gonna go back, and I'm gonna cross. The back leg bends a little bit, front, cross, back, cross. I'm still not bending my standing leg. Over. One more time, back and cross over. Good, bring your feet right next to each other again. Like bend. Hands towards the middle of the chair. Over. We're gonna add a little bit of that rotation like we did in the beginning. So we're gonna come over, I'm using the chair support, I'm gonna twist a little bit so I can push into the top of the chair. Then twist my ribs, come around and up. I'm also gonna bend my knees when I come around. So here, rotate, little knee bend, circle and up. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Over, twist, and up. Good. Stand behind your chair, please. So, we're going to add on to our exercise that we just did. Get organized. So the exercise we just did, right, was front and back, side, and in. Yes? Front, back, side, and in. They won't glide on my mat. Hold on. Front, back, side, and in. Then we cross, and we went behind. So using the back side of your chair, we're going to add a little bend of the standing leg. Okay? Front, bend. You definitely need your glider to move on the floor, right? Bend. Front. If you don't want to bend, don't worry about it, right? You can just do this. But I do want you to be careful of this, right? See how my knee's going forward? I don't want to do that. I want to go back so that my knee bends in the right direction. So you go back, even if it's that big. It activates the back of my booty, my glutes. One more time. So be very mindful of how your weight should be in this back heel. Now side, pull back in. Side, pull back in. Now we're going to do a little side lunge. So my hips will go back and then stand. It's like this. Hips go back and stand. It's not a bend of my chest. It's right at my hip socket. They bend, and I stand up. Again, you can leave this part out. Two more. Back, pull in. One more time. Back, pull in. Yes? Cross. So here's your curtsy. Open, behind, bend, stand, side, front. Don't bend in front. Side, back, curtsy, front, side, back, curtsy. Last time, side, back, curtsy, up, cross, in. Yay! Guess what? Other side. Get my weights out of the way. Remember, when we go into that second part, You have the option to continue to do this part, right? And just stick with this. Balance. This is for balance. It is not to lean on. Activate this leg. Squeeze your booty. Okay? You want to think of your legs when you're doing stabilizing work on one side like a tree trunk. Did you see the way the trees were blowing in that storm? The trunks were totally still and the branches were waving all over the place, right? So this is your trunk. And even when they get pulled out of the ground, they get pulled straight up and they fall over. All right, so here we go, forward and back. That's too noisy for me. Forward and back. Front to back. Tree trunk. Standing leg. Grow your roots into the floor. Good, now both sides. So stand on both feet. Then you take the weight away and you bring it back. And everything should pretty much stay still. Out, come back in. Out, come back in. So not a lot of side-to-side movement because your leg goes away. Excellent job. Last two. One more time. Good, now we cross over. We open, we cross behind. We're still not bending this leg. Out, cross front. Out, cross behind. Nice inner thigh work. Out, cross front. Open, cross. Open, cross. One more time. Good. So you can just go behind your chair. I'm going to turn so you can see what I'm doing from that side. First thing we did was front to back. Balance. We go back. I put some weight on my back toes. And I know, like, for some people it's hard to bend your feet, right? So you wanna really try and encourage this foot movement, right? This lift and lower of the heel. You want nice, mobile feet. Yes? Has everything to do with how you walk. Mobility in your feet. So we go back, my heel comes up a little bit, then I can bend, and I can pull this back in. That's a whole other topic. Feet, back, and in, and back, and in. My knee goes slightly forward, but not much. If that's not the reason I move my leg, right, that my knee goes forward. It's my leg goes back and I bend into that standing leg. Oh yes, we got two more. One more time. Are you using your abs? Yeah, probably. If you're not, just reminding you to use them. Hinge your hip. Pull in, stand back up. Hip crease. Hip crease. Pull in. Hip crease. Pull in. Last two. One more. And my favorite, cross. Open. Behind, bend. Out, front. Side, bend. Out. I like this exercise so much because it twists the leg bone and the hip, and it gets the little teeny twisty muscles that we can't get when we go front to back or side to side. One more time. Woo! And stand. Okay, get that out of the way. Make sure your chair is on a surface where it absolutely will not move, okay? So if you moved it to the floor, bring it back to your mat or your carpeting. We're gonna do planks. If you have arms on your chair, you can use the arms on your chair. Okay, and I would put your hands right in the middle of the arms of the chair. Don't put them on the front or towards the back. You don't want any risk of tipping anything. If you don't have arms on your chair, make sure your hands are directly in the middle of the top of the chair, not towards the back, not towards the front. So if these were my hands, I would want to put them right there in the middle, right? Equal distance all the way around. Couple options with plank. The further back you walk your feet, the harder the exercise gets. The other thing about working is, can your wrist bend, right? If you have trouble, you can hold the sides of your chair. So if you do this, it's easier on your wrist than that, okay? Preferably, I would have you in the middle, but if you need to curl your hands around the sides, again, make sure all your weight is distributed right down the middle. Connie, you'll come around to the front and use the arms of your chair. So if you have arms, you're like this on your chair. Otherwise, you're down here. So we're pretty evenly distributed with our weight between our hands and our feet. Correct? Correct. You can stay here. This is fine. Curl your spine. Extend. Exhale, curl. Extend. Push the palms into the top of the chair. Push that energy into the shoulder blades. And then release that. So palms up through the arms into the shoulder blades. And release. Now you start to step back. So we're about halfway. My butt's still lifted, but now I have more weight on my upper body because my legs are further away. Curl. Extend. Exhale, curl. Make sure your chair is not moving. It should not, should not be pushing it away from you. Curl. Extend. Option 3. Legs go all the way back. So now I'm completely on my arms. You don't have to be here. I've dropped my hips. I'm in a straight line. I'm not going to curl. I'm just going to stay here. I'm just going to hold this position. Push through your palms into your shoulder blades. Breathe. Walk in. Tuck your hips. Round up. Circle your wrists. Reverse. Fingers together. Elbows up, shoulders dropped. Pull your hands apart, open. Bring them together. Pull apart, open. One more time. Open. Good. Plank. Whichever position you choose to take. Okay? Stay here. If you're staying here, we're going to do a little leg pull. So right leg's going to come up and down. 1, 2, everybody stay here. 3. Left side leg lifts up for 3. 2, 1. Option is to walk halfway between full plank and where you just were. My hips come down slightly. Lift the leg for 3. 2, same side. 1, switch up. 2, 3. Option 3 is to walk all the way into your plank. Drop your hips, leg comes up, push into your palms, lift for 3. 2, 1, switch sides up, 3, 2, and 1. Walk to the chair, round up to standing. Whee! Go to the back. Hands on the top. I'll turn this way so you can see what's going on. So we're going to try and do a little bit of extension. So your hips are going to need to go forward. So open the collarbone, Keep the hands where they are, allow the hips to travel forward. And then back a little bit, not much. Little travel forward. I'm not looking back. I'm keeping my head where it is. It's my trunk and my hips that go forward and back. Woo. Last two. One more time. Good. Face the front, elbow in front of you. See if you can get it right in the middle of your chest, your elbow. And then bring the other one underneath. Okay, if you can do that, fabulous. If you can wrap your hands. So I'm going to take this hand and wrap it around. Great. If you can do that, you can lift and lower. One more time. Good. We'll unravel the arms. So that was the right elbow that was in the front, left elbow comes front. If you start with your arm over here, it's really hard to get the other arm underneath it. So bring it center if you can. Other arm comes under. Maybe you'll stay there. If you can wrap your hands, wrap your hands. Lift up and down for 3, 2, one more time. Up, down, unwrap. Shoulders roll back. 2 more. Last one. Yes. So good.